Hello there, beautiful people. Welcome or welcome back. My name is Crystal from Heart Musings with Crystal. For today's video, I have something super exciting to share with you guys. I am participating in a new journaling challenge called the 4S Spread. Now, the 4S Spread is a challenge in which you use stamps, stickers, stencils, and scraps to try and come up with a journal spread. So myself and 6 other wonderful YouTubers and journal enthusiasts are tackling this challenge this weekend. I'm going to go ahead and link all of their information down below, so be sure to hop on over to their channels to see how they tackled this challenge. And with that, guys, I am going to go ahead and get started. Prior to filming, I went through my stash of stencils and stickers, and I pulled out some sticker books and some stencils and things. I kind of had an idea of where I wanted to go with today's spread. So I have been participating in the 2021 iCAD challenge, which I do have a couple of videos on my channel. And the challenge essentially is just to make an index card a day, but I made an art doll using some scraps that I had lying around, and I really liked the way that particular card looked, so I kind of wanted to recreate that for today's challenge. Now, I recently got these Jane Davenport face stamps in, so I quickly chose a face and I stamped it onto my all-time fave white sticker paper. For the base of the art doll, I used an index card, which in hindsight, I probably should have just used a regular piece of paper because it became very bulky after the fact. But I used an index card because part of this challenge was to use up scraps and things that you have, and I have so many index cards lying around now. So I used that, and I pulled out my scrap bin that I keep on my desk so that I can use up little pieces of paper. So I have like just random strips from Flow magazine, jelly prints, and I went with a pink color scheme or a pink color palette because it's kind of the vibe that I wanted to go with today's challenge. So while I'm organizing those, I'm going to take the time to kind of answer some questions that I had on Instagram. I did put like a random poll up. I wouldn't really call it a poll, but I did put up one of those Ask Me a Question bar, and I got a few questions, so I'm going to go ahead and take the time to answer them now. Nothing like super fancy or anything. I didn't get too many, but the ones that I did get. So someone asked me if I've ever tried digital journaling, and the answer to that is no, I haven't, unfortunately. So I'm a very tactile person. Like I'm very much I need to see it to know it's there kind of thing. And so for me, having my journal, it one helps me remember the days more, but it also makes me want to journal more because I have something physical to hold on to. And there's just like nothing as satisfying, I think, as seeing like a journal get super chunky. So yeah, I've never tried digital journaling. I don't really know of too many people that do digital journaling, but I mean, it's something I don't mind looking into. But yeah, I don't think I'll ever actually do it, but I'm curious to see how other people digital journal. The second part of that question was my favorite supply. Now this one is a bit of a toughie because I do have quite a few things that I think are essential for my journaling. I think one, of course, is sticker paper because I print everything on sticker paper. I hate gluing things. I don't have the patience for it. So yeah, sticker paper helps me a lot. So I think sticker paper, my leather journals. So I have been collecting leather journal covers for the last 5 or 6 years. I only have about, I think, 20 or so in my collection. But yeah, I really, really love leather covers. I love the way they feel. and the way they smell. So I would say sticker paper, leather journal covers, and I guess fountain pens would be the next big thing for me. Um, Fountain pen collecting has also been something that I do on the side with my journaling. I have quite a few pens, not like super expensive. I don't go all out and spend more than $100. I think $100 per pen is like the most I've ever spent, and I don't do it very often. As a matter of fact, I've only done it like 2 or 3 times because it's very expensive. I prefer like the lower quality, like on the cheaper end for fountain pens. Like TWSBI Ecos are my faves. I've been really, really getting into Lamy Safaris again, and then Kavekos are another thing that another brand I really, really enjoy. So yeah, nothing too like extravagant on my end for my favorite journal supplies. I think those three things. And then just to go back on the leather covers, I don't think I mentioned it, but another aspect that I really, really love about leather covers is just how they show wear over time and how they scratch up, and I love how they get used, and just, I feel like the leather journals covers like tell a story. And for me, every single cover in my collection, I can tell you exactly at what point in my life I got it, for what occasion, if it was gifted, where I bought it from, the maker, how long I used it. So for me, like they tell a story, and that's something that I think is very, very important. Oh, and I forgot like the one of the other most important things that are my favorite journaling supply, and that is Tomoe river paper, which, by the way, I'm so upset at the fact that it's being discontinued, and I don't know what kind of paper they're gonna use to replace it. So yeah, best believe that I panic bought quite a few inserts to hopefully last me for the next 2-3 years, because I went on a journey trying to figure out like alternatives to Tomoe river paper. I spent like 2 years going between different inserts and stuff, and I just kept going back to Tomoe river paper. So I'm really, really sad that it's being discontinued, but Tomoe river paper is also one of my faves. Also, quick with what's going on here on the screen. I used mermaid marker, and if you've ever used a mermaid marker before, you will know that those things are insanely pigmented. Now, for some reason, that totally slipped my mind, and I used this color that was supposed to be a bright pink, but it just looked red because of how much it soaked into the sticker paper. So yeah, I wasn't feeling it, so I went and I just redid that lady's face all over again. The next question, or going back to the questions and stuff from Instagram, the next one that I got asked was, how do you motivate yourself to journal? And there are moments where I just feel just creatively tapped out, and I just don't have it in me to journal. In those situations, like, I just make notes to myself on sticky notes. I'm sure to take photos and stuff, so that way it can like jog my memory later to go back and like fill it out when I'm more inspired. But I think for me, like, the biggest motivator and trigger warning for people out there who have family members with Alzheimer's or dementia, but a couple years ago, my grandmother was diagnosed with dementia. This is around the time that I first started actively journaling and consistently journaling. And one of the big motivators and influencers for me was hearing my grandmother's diagnosis and being able to see that decline mentally firsthand. So I wanted to leave something of myself behind for my future children, if I have children or grandchildren, but also mainly like for myself. I would hate to think that I would get to an age where I couldn't remember some of the happiest moments of my life. So, and that for me kind of just keeps me going. Sorry if that's like a downer for some people, but that is my main motivation for journaling. So I guess to lighten the mood, the next question wasn't necessarily a question, but it was just a request to see my journaling desk space. So I do plan on doing like a quick like desk tour at some point, but that requires me to actually have my desk be presentable, even if it's just for the video. But yeah, like my mom raised me to be very like aware of what people see when they come over. So like we never let people, not that we never let people come over, but we always made sure to have a clean home when people came over, an organized home. So even though I am a cluttered, messy person, I still kind of have that in me. Like I don't feel comfortable showing it 100% the way that it is now. So I actually have to take the time to like sort things a little bit better before I show it. But it is coming in the future, hopefully. And that was it for all the Instagram questions and stuff. I'll probably ask again for questions for later on for later videos. And I hope thank you for those of you who reached out and submitted your questions, and I hope I was able to answer them. But back to the spread and how it's turning out. I don't have too much time left before the end of the video. Yeah, this was really, really fun, and I major shout out to Allison from the Caffeinated Creative over on YouTube for organizing this whole thing. Like, she's like a hashtag girl boss. Like, she straight up like organized everything, reached out to everyone, and so kudos to her. This was really, really fun to put together. I enjoyed it, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching the video too. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and sign off here because, like I said, I'm near the end. But be sure to check out all of the other wonderful, wonderful journal enthusiasts, YouTubers who are also participating in this challenge. All their information is down below. Be sure to check out their videos. And if you all participate, be sure to use the hashtag 4SSpread on YouTube and Instagram. We'll be sharing all of our spreads on there this weekend and all that good stuff. So yeah, I can't wait to see what you guys come up with. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day. You all have a good one. Bye.